Welcome everyone to the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series here from Pocono tonight. We're going to be here for 125 miles. That's going to be 50 laps here around the Tricky Triangle. This is race number 7 of the iRacing Flea Market Ford Entertainment Group Series. I believe we've got 19 races this season and currently on race number 7. So these guys are well into the season here. And we've got a few drivers who have really put their name in the ring for potential champions at the end of this. One being Josh Bonwell, who is currently your points leader, and we'll bring up the points here in just a minute. Tyler Pluff as well, who's currently sitting on top of the board. So we're actually going to bring up the qualifying ticker. Does not look like it is working 100% right now. Let's see. Let's try this one. Oh. I think this might be correct, actually. So Tyler Pluff currently sitting on the pole, and about a tenth and a half back is Josh Bonwell right now. So Josh already put his laps in, currently sitting on pit road. Chad Ross, we see out here on the track, putting down his laps. He's currently scored 10th. So we'll see if he can improve his time here as he comes through the tunnel turn. But I mentioned we would be taking a look at the points. So let me hide this and we'll bring up our points. Josh Bonwell, currently your points leader for the season. We are, this is race number 7, so we've got 6 races down. He has started every single race, currently 12 points in front of Tyler Pluff, who scored 2nd in the standings coming into tonight's race. Travis Rucker is going to be in 3rd to roll off tonight with only 5 starts. So a very good run there for Travis so far. Pretty good average finish it must be. He's 33 points back. Ken McCullough Jr., the only driver in the top 10 with a win, currently scored in 4th in points. Chad Ross 5th, 56 back. Robert Vormold 6th, 64 back. Matthew Correa 69 back with 5 starts. Alec Conklin 70 back with 5 starts. Cole Johnson 77 back with 6 starts. And Chris McCullough rounding out the top 10 in points. So that's what we've got here for our point standings. So got to keep an eye on our top runners here, as currently the top 2 in the standings are the top 2 in qualifying. So these guys doing a great job so far this season. Lots of good finishes. We've seen Josh come up a little bit short a couple times, but has had a lot of speed. And Tyler Pluff as well, just some bad luck here and there. And he was your points leader for the majority of the season until I think last week he lost the points lead. So we'll have to see what happens here tonight, as David Santini is currently out on track. We saw David have some great runs so far this season. I think last week was one of those where I think he was running up in the top 5, maybe even got a top 5 by the end of it. We'll see what kind of a lap time he puts down. He's currently scored 6th, but I think he still has one more lap to go. We'll see what he can do. Meanwhile, we want to give a big shout out to the iRacing Flea Market for sponsoring this series. iRacing Flea Market is a Facebook group where you can find used and new sim racing related items, whether it's a PC, wheel, pedals, or anything, you know, a rig, whatever you need to get going with sim racing. You can find it there, so go join the group. And if you're looking to buy or sell, it's a great place to list or find what you need. And tonight's race is brought to you by VSPEED. We are a broadcasting company as well as a sim racing team, and we also sell sim racing gear and peripherals. So go check us out at vspeedsim.com. You can watch the videos here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and we'll be bringing you the Ford Entertainment Group series for the rest of the season. And we also have some more action from other leagues coming up soon here in the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out for those leagues and the action there. But tonight's race is about to get underway. We've only got a few minutes here left in qualifying as far as I can tell. And I think they may actually be wrapping up. Yep, looks like the checkered flag is out for qualifying. That's going to leave Tyler Pluff, your pole sitter here tonight. So let's hide our ticker and go to the grid. And we've got some weird issues going on here with the overlay tonight. So I'm going to reload our theme here in just a second, and we will be right back with that. But right now, it's going to be Tyler Pluff, your pole sitter, Josh Bonwell rolling off second. So give me 1 second here, and we'll go through the entire grid. Tonight's winner gets a trophy, as always, and a random driver on the lead lap is going to get $50, and the driver who completed the most practice laps in tonight's race, before tonight's race, will get $15 in iRacing credits, so that's pretty cool. Just excuse me here as we're getting things reset up. Let's take a look at the grid and see if it's working. Still not working, so we're going to have to figure that out. But I can run through it here manually. Tyler Pluff is going to be your pole sitter here tonight. And Josh Bonwell going to be rolling off second. Jared Duda rolling off third. The Beard from Ford Entertainment Group rolling off fourth. Philip Ellis going to be rolling off fifth. Ken McCullough rolling off sixth. David Santini going to be starting in seventh. Brady Rode starting in 8th. Jeff Smith going to be rolling off 9th. Robert Vormwald going to be rolling off 10th, with GT Hawkins rolling off in 11th. Jason McConnell starting 12th. Chad Ross starting 13th. Jeffrey Mares starting 14th. Clint Cox going to be starting 15th here tonight. Ron Hollifield making a rare start here in the Ford Entertainment Group Racing League, going to be rolling off 16th. Travis Rucker, you saw him very high up in the standings, I think third coming into tonight's race, going to be rolling off 17th. Jeremy Crandall in 18th. David McCullough in 19th. Matthew Lee going to be starting 20th here tonight. Timothy Bates scored 21st in qualifying there. It's not on the grid yet. Tim No going to be rolling off 22nd. David Fiker 23rd. And let's go to our pole sitter. I think they are starting to roll off. There we go. Rory Gamble going to be starting 24th here tonight. Ronnie Royal starting 25th. Tyler Maxon starting 26th. Joe McAdory going to be starting 27th. Eli Warren 28th. James Simmons rolling off 29th. Brandon Yoder 30th. Santiago Tires, a winner here this year, rolling off 31st. Cole Johnson rolling off 32nd. Brett Beasley 33rd. Christopher McCullough going to be starting 34th, one of our top 10 points drivers. Alec Conklin also in the top 10, rolling off 35th. Orlando Rivera rolling off 36th. Jeremy Poole 37th. Matthew Correa also up in the top 10, rolling off 38th. Chris Pinard 39th. And a few more drivers who looks like they did not take the grid here tonight. Danny Rogers, J.E. Henthorn, and Wesley Whitfield would be rounding out the field here tonight. 42 drivers in total. But they did not get to the grid, so looks like pace car is making its way out of turn 3. There is no turn 4 here tonight, so field is underway here at Pocono. For some reason, our ticker is not working. I'll have to keep you updated as to what lap we're on. But it is going to be 50 laps here tonight. As Bonwell cruising out on the outside there, getting a good run through turn 1 there, but not able to stay alongside Tyler Pluff, who pulls out in front. And the 53 of Jared Duda rolls into second now, racing side by side with Josh Bonwell. And side by side, quite a ways through the field here. And everybody keeping their manners set as caution is out. I spoke a little bit too soon. And let's see what happened. Oh, wreck back here, number 18, the 10. Oh, pulling down right in front of the 55. Well, let's go take a look here and see what happens to cause this one. So we are under our first caution here tonight. Looks like the 2 gets into the 10 there, and 10 comes down into the 18, and that was pretty much the extent of it, except 10 looks like he was rolling back up into the field, and then the 55 trying to squeeze his way through there, and the 10 obviously did not see him at all, and just rolls back down the track and into him, and that's caution number 1 on lap number 1. We see a few drivers' names already called out in the chat here tonight, so root for your favorite driver. Tyler Pluff still your leader. So we're on lap number 2 out of 50. And I apologize once again for the lap tracker not working here tonight. Not really sure what's going on with that. But we are on lap number 2, and I will keep you updated as to what lap it is. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you may be watching, we are live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So you can find us on YouTube here at VSPEED Broadcasting, on Twitch at twitch.tv/VSPEEDSim, or Facebook at facebook.com/VSPEEDSim. And this broadcast will be live, so share it with all your friends. And let's get some more viewers in here. But if you're in the chat, say hello and root for your favorite driver. And we'll let them know that you are cheering for them. So caution number 1 already. And these are very long pace laps here at Pocono. It's a 2.5-mile track. And it's actually a pretty good segue, although our track conditions are not loading up right now. So gonna have to figure out what's going on with the overlay here. Not exactly sure, but the track conditions here tonight. Let's see if I can take a look at it. No information for me. But as far as I can tell, the cars do not look loose. It actually looks like it's a very tight condition, so probably pretty warm out there, and just not a lot of front-end grip. We saw that same issue with the Cup cars here on Sunday. So may see that same thing happen here tonight. We're going to cut quickly to a commercial break while these guys are pacing, and we're going to try and get the overlay issues solved here so that we can get as much information up on the screen as possible, and we will be right back. back underway here, and we were not able to get the overlay issues solved. There's an issue with ATVO, it looks like, so not going to be able to get all the information that we'd like up on the screen, but we will make do. Tyler Pluff still your leader. Out in front of Josh Bonwell, we're currently working lap number 5 out of 50 here tonight at the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market. Pocono 125 miles, 50 laps here tonight, and Tyler Pluff is your leader. So doing a good job out front so far. We did have the one caution early on in this race. But right now we are green, and we did make it a complete lap here. So that is good news for the drivers here tonight. Josh Bonwell closely stalking the number 12 of Tyler Pluff, as we got a few other drivers in line behind, including Brady Rowe, Jeff Smith, and a handful of others. We got some side-by-side battling going on a bit farther. It looks like Travis Rucker just in front of Rory Gamble, and Ron Hollifield giving Rory a big push down the short chute there into the tunnel turn. A tricky tunnel turn here at Pocono. It's so much different than any of these other turns. These drivers making their way off of turn 3. Tyler Pluff out in front by a quarter of a second over Josh Bonwell. Now on lap 7 out of 50. Jared Duda not far behind either, and he's closely followed by Philip Ellis there in the number 40. And a long set of straightaways here at Pocono, as we see looks like Rory Gamble and Jeremy Crandall side by side. Ron Hollifield lost the spot to Tyler Maxson. So not sure exactly what happened there. We'll have to keep an eye on Ron, see if he did make some contact, it looks like, with the outside wall. Oh, we've got somebody sliding around. I heard contacts, but I did not see it. Looks like everybody stays straight for now. No caution. Taking a look through the field here. Brett Beasley back in the number 96. Currently scored in 30 seconds. And, let's take a look up at the front once again. Tyler Pluff just out in front of Josh Bonwell. Not able to get away though. Bonwell really stalking him, and these are your top 2 in the standings. Currently 1 and 2 in the race here tonight, and they've been front runners all season, but neither of the drivers here has captured a win on the season. So we'll see if one of those 2 can break through here tonight and finally capture that win that's been so elusive to each of them. Bonwell does have a little bit of right front damage. Not sure if he bounced off the wall fairly recently, but it's going to slow him down on the straightaways, I think, just a little bit. But he is staying in the draft of Tyler Pluff, and that should be helping, as these guys now on lap number 9 out of 50. We got some side-by-side racing between David Santini and Brady Rowe, as Santini gives up the spot. Robert Vormwald not too far behind, as they're making their way down the short chute here into the tunnel turn. And caution is back out. Let's take a look a little bit farther back. I am not seeing it here. Let's go take a look. Maybe Tyler Maxson, not totally sure. Coming out of turn 3 here. He goes to block. And this was on lap number 9 that it happened, so we'll see what happened here. 39 drifts up in the corner, backs out of it. And 2 bounces off the wall coming out of turn 1. That's what happened. Slams the inside wall. Let's go take a look back at that. And this looked like a hard impact. The 2 slamming into the inside wall. So that's going to be a tough break there for Tyler Maxson in that number 2. Probably going to be done for the night. I think he towed it instantly, as he is, I think, sitting on pit road. Go back up to our leaders now, working the second caution of the night on lap number 10. And random human there in the chat, we did notice that. I've been trying to reload our overlay here a few times, just some information not loading in for some reason. And there's been some issues here with the servers, I know that. I've heard of a few other broadcasting companies having issues. And you can see some of the timing on the ticker is off. We're also not getting our lap counter and a few other things, and ATVO is just acting up. It looks like a little bit of contact there as these drivers make their way down to pit road. And Tyler Pluff going to lead the way. See what kind of a pit stop he has here. We'll see if Josh Bonwell can possibly get out in front of him. We'll see if any drivers choose to stay out. I believe we had one or two. Looks like Timothy Bates staying out on track, trying to lead a lap. Tyler Pluff on pit road. Looks like we've got the number 39 of Chris Pinard coming off pit road. Looks like he did not stop in his box though, and Tyler Pluff gonna make his way off of pit road. First of the drivers who took any tires, Philip Ellis gonna come out in second there. Josh Bonwell losing one spot on the pit road cycle. Currently scored in 5th. Jeff Smith currently in 6th. David Santini in 7th. The Beard, number 37, in 8th position. Chad Ross in the 38 in 9th. And Jeremy Poole rounding out your top 10 for the moment. But Timothy Bates did stay out. We'll see if he decides to go in, if he needs those fresh tires, or if he is just trying to gain a bonus point or something for leading a lap. Not exactly sure if they give out bonus points for that in this particular league, but we'll see what he can do. As it looks like Chris Pinard, possibly a speeding penalty there. As he's dropping to the back of the pack here. And please let us know how the stream quality is. If you're enjoying the stream, give us a like or a thumbs up or whatever the appropriate liking tool is on the platform that you're watching on. We are live right now on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So go like us over at those different pages. And you'll catch more action here from the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market League for the rest of the season. Lots of great racers over here. Lots of good prizes up for grabs. Tonight's prize to a random driver on the lead lap is $50. And the driver with the most practice laps before the race tonight gets $15, so that's pretty cool. And like always, the winner of tonight's event will receive a trophy created by VSPEED, specifically for the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market League. So custom engraved with their name and the racetrack and the league and all the information related to the race. So that's a pretty cool prize. Yes, let's go back up front and see. Timothy Bates actually did decide to stay out, so he's going to lead a few laps here under caution, but double file at the moment. And let's see what happens. He cuts the grass just a little bit there under caution. And 69 rolling in as the field taking the green now, so a little bit of a confusing scenario. Not exactly sure how that's going to work out, if people will get black flagged or not. But the 40 of Philip Ellis now taking advantage of that situation. He's going to jump to the lead, and Josh Bonwell also getting a great jump. Going to dive to the inside of Tyler Pluff, so interesting scenario, and it's going to end up hurting Tyler Pluff more than helping him, as Bonwell racing side by side with Pluff, and the 07 of Jeff Smith right behind them. So gaggle of cars here, the top 5 really. David Santini, the last of them, and then a couple car lengths back to the Beard. And Rory Gamble. As the top 5 make their way through the tunnel turn. It looks like everybody makes it through. Big group of cars back here, though, led by the 04 and the 18. So that's going to be Matthew Lee and Santiago Tires. The 23 of David McCullough drifting up the track just slightly there in the center. And that's going to open up the door for the 83 of Travis Rucker. As the 33 trying to find somewhere to go behind these two, but not any space to run. As they make their way down the long front stretch. Out in front, Philip Ellis, still your leader. He's stretched his legs out a couple car lengths over Tyler Pluff, but looks like he's getting a little bit tight coming out of turn 1 there, and Pluff getting a big run down that back straightaway. Not able to close the gap, though, as Josh Bonwell has dropped back a couple car lengths from Pluff. Looks like Bonwell overruns the tunnel turn just a bit. Here comes Jeff Smith down to the inside. And he's trying to make up ground here early in this run. So Bonwell losing spot now back to 4th. The 07 drifting up in front of him, pulling a slide job, and Bonwell gives him a little poke in the bumper, gets back underneath, and here comes Santini to the high side as well. Also the 37 making his way into this fight, as the top 2 have broken away, and it's a 5-pack behind them. Bonwell on the inside, and a couple drivers up on the high side. And Bonwell getting pinched down right now by David Santini. So it looks like the 07 nearly getting the wall there. And cars scattering a bit farther back. Jeremy Poole currently on the high side of these drivers, 3 wide. That's going to be Vormwald. And, oh, they're making contact. 3 wide still in the center of the tunnel. 01 of Vormwald gets a little bit loose there into the 52 of Jeremy Poole and able to hold on to it, but he's going to be on the inside now of Matthew Correa. Santiago Tires just in front of them with no back bumper. But Philip Ellis still holding on to the lead. Tyler Pluff right there with him, and it's about 6/10 back now to Jeff Smith, who's in 3rd. As they're 3 wide now going into turn 1. That's the 37, the 9, and the 56. Bonwell backs out of it, slides back into that top lane, makes contact with Rory Gamble coming out of turn 1, and that's going to add more damage to the side of the 56 as he scrubs the wall down the back straightaway. Bonwell just adding insult to injury there. After getting a little bit of damage, he hits the wall on his own and drops back now back in 9th place, as Tyler Pluff, his closest points competitor, is going for the lead, putting a lot of pressure on the number 40 of Philip Ellis. So this is the big battle here tonight, as we are working now onto lap 17. And like Jeff said there in the chat, these races are free, so go join the league if you'd like to participate. Lots of great prizes and a trophy on the line every single race. So comment in the chat if you need the link. It is also in the description of the video here on YouTube, and I believe it's going to be in the description on Facebook and possibly Twitch as well. I'm not sure about over there, but maybe somebody who's watching on Twitch could grab us the link. That would be awesome. The number 40 of Philip Ellis, however, is still out front. Tyler Pluff putting a ton of pressure on him, and not able to get closer than about a car length at any time, but we still got some side-by-side racing back here between the 37 and the 9. And Josh Bonwell has recovered slightly. He's gained 1 spot back, now up into 8th. And pretty much single file most of the way through the field. I believe there's a battle going on back here with Travis Rucker. Yep, that's Travis Rucker and Alec Conklin, a couple top 10 points drivers. As the 19 of Eli Warren way up the track. That's going to be tough coming out of the corner. for the 83 of Rucker, who's going to lose a lot of momentum. And here comes the 33 of Cole Johnson, another top 10 driver. He's going to try and make a move to the inside. And he gets to the quarter panel. See if he can make the turn here. He dives it in really hard, almost a little bit too hard. And that's going to push the 83 up the track just slightly as well. Cole not able to complete the pass. And this is at the tail end of the top 20 as he gets into the 83 who goes around. That's big damage there for the 83 as he tries to stay out of the way. Everybody misses him so far. Wow. Unexpected contact there, but they were racing hard. And that's the 83 of Travis Rucker around. So let's go take a look and see what happened there. Under caution for the third time here tonight. See the 33 and the 83 just going into the corner there. And the 33 drifts up slightly. 83, not really a whole lot he can do. Almost gets tagged a couple more times here. I'm actually going to go to a slightly different view. And let's go back and watch. The 83 almost making contact on the straightaway, and 33 just kind of missed the entry point, or maybe thought the 83 was going to go higher. But some close calls right here. 2 or 3 drivers just barely missing Travis there, and fortunately that's going to hurt him. He is a driver who's in the top 10 in points, actually up in the top 3, I believe. So that's going to hurt his chance at a championship. You can see he's still frustrated back at the tail end of the field. Let's take a look farther up. Philip Ellis still held on to the lead there. And the number 40. Yep, our recap and weather are not working here tonight, so I'm not exactly sure. Looks like Tyler Pluff was just trying to decide whether or not he wanted to stay out, but comes in at the last second there. And we'll see if anyone decides to stay out, as we are on lap 19 now. A few drivers had tried to make it work before. So Pluff nicely into his box there. We're going to hide the ticker and see where everybody makes their way off of pit road. Looks like one driver already making his way down, a couple drivers making their ways down. Pluff going to win the race off pit road, it looks like. And we'll see if anybody tried a 2-tire strategy. It does not look like it. So everybody taking 4 at least. Not that you can take more than 4, but you can take gas, and some people may have taken more or less gas than others. But right now, Tyler Pluff wins the race off pit road. It's going to be your leader as soon as he catches back up to the pace car, and we get back going again. So tonight's race brought to you by iRacing Flea Market. Great source for new and used sim racing gear over on Facebook. So if you're looking to buy or sell, it's a great place to list or find what you need. So go check them out over on Facebook. It's iRacing Flea Market. I have bought and sold things there myself, and it's been a very great tool for iRacers around the world to be able to communicate with each other and not only sell and buy things, but also learn about the sim racing world and just teach each other things. So a great place to get any of that. We're going to cut quickly to a commercial break, and we'll be right back when these guys go green.
Alfala is $10,500 richer. 2-time NASCAR is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR 2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free iRacing
And we are back underway. Tyler Pluff gets him going once again. Still trying to get the overlay working under the commercial break, but did not work for us. So currently working lap number 22, almost halfway through the race here tonight. 125 miles, once again, 50 laps. It looks like the Beard trying to chase down Tyler Pluff there for the lead. Not closing in just yet. Philip Ellis, who was your leader before the caution break, currently in third position. Santiago Tires has made his way up into fourth. We didn't really see how he made the charge, but doing a great job making his way forward. Josh Bonwell, who was up towards the front earlier, currently in 9th place and under attack from David McCullough. These guys making their way down the front straightaway. Bonwell going to give up the spot there to the 23 and try and drop in line in front of David Santini in the number 9. As Tyler Pluff still holding on to the lead. Everybody making their way out of turn 1 very cleanly there, and mostly single file at this point. So they're making their way through the tunnel turn. 37 holding steady there right behind him, and the 40 as well. These three have kind of broken away a bit from Santiago Tires, who's got quite a bit of rear end damage, but still managing to milk as much speed out of that car as possible. It looks like turn number 3 is a difficult one here tonight, as drivers are slamming the wall, and looks like this car is pretty tight here. Take a look a little farther back. Side-by-side battle between the 54 of Alec Conklin and the 01 of Robert Vormwald. Also a couple drivers in the top 10 in points. Looking for a good run here tonight. Right now in the top 15. So solid run. Matthew Lee side-by-side with Chad Ross. Or I'm sorry, Matthew Lee and Alec Conklin now side-by-side. It's Vormwald making his way underneath Matthew. But side-by-side through the tunnel turn is difficult as we see Bonwell make a bonsai move there. Oh, cuts down in front of the 23, and around he goes, gets slammed into up on his roof. That's probably going to end the night of the 56. You can see the rear axle of that car severely out of line as he is crab walking now. That is going to end it all for the number 56 here tonight, and probably going to lose the points lead with that. So unfortunate situation for Josh. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Trying to see where it was. Having trouble finding the right car. 23 of David McCullough dove it in the normal line. It looks like Josh didn't realize he was going to be coming in at that point, and just around he goes. Heavy contact though, and it looks like the 54 just squeezed through Alec Conklin. Great job there. Let's actually take a look from his nose cam. Wow, the seas parted just perfectly for him. And a few others make their way through. Ron Hollifield. Let's take a look on board his camera. You can see Bonwell going around. Ooh, just barely avoided that one. Cuts down to the access road and able to continue. Cole Johnson, I think, just a tiny bit of contact with Bonwell as he was flipping, but not going to really cause any significant damage to that car. Just a little crinkle there in the spoiler, or the front splitter. So interesting wreck, and that's going to probably do it for Josh Bonwell and a few others. Chris Pinard staying out on track right now. Let's take a look at Tyler Pluff. Most of these drivers on pit road, even though it was only a handful of laps. We'll see if anybody tries a two-tire strategy. as the 37 and the 18, I believe, beat Tyler Pluff out of pit road. We'll see if Pluff has any kind of penalties or anything. Looks like everybody is staying in line. So right now, Chris Pinard, currently your leader. So they're working through the backstretch area. James Simmons also staying out on track. He's got heavy damage around that car. So I would not be surprised to see these drivers pull it in. And these drivers out here competing for a trophy here tonight. This is race number 7 of the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series. And it's been an interesting one so far. We've had a handful of cautions and a few big names already taken out of this one. We've a couple notable ones. Travis Rucker, who may or may not still be running out there. Let's actually take a look, see if he's still on track. He is. Let's see where he's running right now. Currently 25th. He's got heavy damage all around that car, so just trying to make the most out of it that he can. And then let's take a look and see if Josh Bonwell is still on the course. He's still sitting on pit road, and we'll see if he can potentially recover anything, as looks like somebody just blew up pulling out of pit road. Did not see who that was. They towed it pretty much instantly. I think that was Robert Vormwald blowing an engine and taking it behind the wall. But Josh Bonwell is still sitting on pit lane, 2 laps down now, and he comes in your points leader. Chris Pinard and James Simmons deciding to stay out here. The lights are still on the pace car though, so going green just yet. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in here tonight. This race is brought to you by iRacing Flea Market, and we are VSPEED here. VSPEED Broadcasting, bringing you tonight's race live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We're bringing you the rest of the races here from the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series for the rest of the season, and many other leagues coming up over the summer, so keep an eye out for the action here. And we appreciate you tuning in, so if you like the broadcast, give us a like or a thumbs up, and consider subscribing or following us over on Twitch or Facebook. We would really appreciate it, and it helps you stay up to date with all the action here at VSPEED. We'll see if these drivers decide to bring it down pit road here, as I believe the pace car lights will be turning off. Tonight's race is 125 miles here tonight, 50 laps at Pocono, 2.5 mile tricky triangle. So we are just past halfway, 28 laps into the event. And currently your leader is Chris Pinard in the number 39. He's led 2 laps here tonight, and right on his outside is James Simmons, who has not led any laps. Started back in 29th position. The number 37 currently sitting in 3rd, with Santiago Tires sitting in 4th. He is a former winner here this season, and looking to add another one to his resume. I don't believe he's in the top 10 in points, but I believe he is a pro driver, or former pro, so very good racer out here. Tyler Pluff, your pole sitter here tonight, and has led quite a few laps. Looks like 17 in total. Currently scored in the top 5 and has a very clean race car still in this one, which not many drivers can say at this point in the race. So waiting for the pace car to peel off here as these guys making their way towards turn number 3. And get us going one more time. Just over 20 laps to go when we take the green flag. '39 of Chris Pinard waiting on that pace car. Pace car dives in, he holds him down, gets him going. Oh, a little bit of a stack up. Tyler Pluff gets shoved out of line, able to keep it straight, but now he's got damage on that otherwise clean race cars. We're 4 wide at the front. This may not end well. Somebody backed out, but here comes Tirez now to the lead. So a huge exchange. Oh, we got contact, the 39 of Pinard. A bunch of them going around, 40 going around. Oh my goodness, that's a big one. And I believe it started with some of our slower cars there who stayed out in front. Back under caution. Let's go take a look. We're making our way down into turn 1. The 39, 72. 72 gets run into by the 40. The 40 going all over the place there. And there's bad contact among a bunch of drivers. You see the 72 slamming into the wall. Let's go take another look here. 40 gets involved, 24 involved, the 07, 75, 73, and the 10. We'll see if anybody really even survived that. David Fiker, let's go take a look at his car. He almost made it through, but got turned there at the very end of it and made contact with a couple other drivers. So big wreck, and we're not gonna be able to capture all of it as cars kind of pop in and out of existence here with these massive fields. Santiago Tirez now up to the lead after all that melee. We are now on lap number 30. We will step away for just a second, and we'll be right back when these guys go green. iRacing Flea Market League. Santiago Tires, your current leader. After stealing it away on that crazy last restart where we saw 4 wide action. Tyler Pluff made his way up into second after getting punted on the initial start. Behind the ticker. And try and capture as much of this action as we can. Pace car rolls in and Santiago gets him going again at 12. Tyler Pluff not able to keep up on the start, but not a surprise. Leader has a significant advantage on a long straightaway such as this, and we've got 3 and 4 wide action way farther back, and we'll see if anything happens back there. But right now, Santiago Tires makes his way out in front, the 48, trying to slide up in front of the 53, and he does. Tyler Pluff slides back into third. And let's take a look a bit farther back. Any significant action? Philip Ellis, who we saw lead this race a bit earlier, currently scored in 19th. We've got contact just in front of these guys. Well, everybody stays straight. Here comes the number 3 of Clint Cox. Trying to make his way forward, coming up behind Tim No and Alec Conklin. And a few drivers who are scored high up in the points for the championship, currently mid-pack or farther back. We've seen some issues here for a few drivers, including Josh Bonwell, who I believe is taking it behind the wall here. He's 10 laps down and probably called it quits. Gonna end up a ways back in tonight's event. Santiago Tires, currently your leader. 37 trying to chase him down. That's the Beard. The number 12 of Tyler Pluff trying to reel him in as well. Pluff, one of the fastest cars in the field tonight, sat on the pole, and it's probably going to come out of here with your points lead, but has not been able to capture a win yet this year. So we see some contact back there. Looks like the 65 of Jeffrey Mayers slammed the wall coming out of turn 3. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, big contact, and that got the 77 all jacked up, as well as the 03. It's Rory Gamble and Ken McCullough Jr. So trying to make their way around the 65 for good now. And they do. Everybody keeping it straight, but a lot of dodging and weaving going on down the straightaways here. A lot of cars with damage, a lot of cars without damage, kind of intermixed. And makes for some interesting battling. So we see the 37 making a run now to the outside of Santiago Tires. Can he hold it up there and get the run coming out of turn 3? It looks like he will. 18 not able to put the power down, and he's got that rear end damage. That's going to allow Tyler Pluff to start to close in on these two. And it's a 3-way battle for the front, and then a couple drivers a bit closer than the rest of the field. They're Matthew Correa and the 48 and the 53 of Jared Duda, who also started up towards the front tonight. Getting pretty tight there coming out of turn 1, going to lose some momentum. But everybody doing a good job here for these last few laps, and lap number 37, so we are 3/4 of the way through the race here tonight. Just over 10 laps to go. Side-by-side battling going on right now between Tyler Pluff and Santiago Tires. Santiago starting to feel that damage on the back of his car, really starting to slow him down as Pluff almost able to pull off the pass here now on the front straightaway, going down into turn 1. The field starting to go single file, and I think it's going to be between these few drivers up towards the front. Pluff getting in a little bit hot there in turn 1. That's going to allow the 18 to get right back to his bumper, but I don't think he's going to try and make the pass, as he does not have the straightaway speed to keep up. Pluff now try and close that gap and go for his first win of the year, even though he will come out of here most likely with the points lead. Matthew Lee currently battling side by side with Chad Ross. These two have been near each other almost all race. Here comes Chris Piccolo in the number 42, closing in behind. The 03 getting a little bit of wall action there. The 16 of GT Hawkins trying to capitalize on that, not able to at the moment. Here comes Clint Cox down to the inside of Rory Gamble. See what he can do here. Really dives it into turn 1. Able to get the power back down, and we'll see. It's a pretty good run coming out of turn 1, and probably will complete the pass here as they make their way down towards the tunnel turn. And this is for 12th and 13th position. Clint able to complete the pass. Really gets on the binders there, though, and here comes the 77 right up behind him. But does complete the pass for the moment. Out in front, Tyler Pluff has reeled in the 37. Tires not letting these two get away either. About 3/10 separating each driver in the top 3. We'll see what these drivers have for the next 10 laps or so, as we're on 11 to go. 10.5 once we get to the tunnel turn. And looks like Pluff able to keep pace with the 37, but not able to really close in, and Santiago Tires starting to drop back now. So it could come down to these top 2. As Pluff really nailing the tunnel turn through there. Gets a great run. Now coming down into turn 3, gained about 0.2 of a second in that one corner, and that's kind of the nature of Pocono. If you can capture one of these corners just about better than anybody else, you will start to make up significant time, and we saw it right there. And if you're just tuning in, we're at 10 to go now. It's been an interesting race. A lot of cars torn up in this one, but a lot of cars still totally clean. Some top points runners out of the event, including Josh Bonwell, and Travis Rucker has taken it behind the wall as well. So we've 2 of your top 3 in points completely out of the event, and Tyler Pluff, the second place driver in points, currently running second in the race, and was your pole sitter here tonight, trying to take the lead back, and this is the biggest battle on track. 37 doing everything he can to hold off Tyler. Santiago Tires not able to cope with the front 2, and Jared Duda starting to reel him in. And caution is back out. Oh, we see that the 77 of Rory Gamble sitting sideways there on the straightaway, now getting back going. But we are back under caution. That's going to leave only a handful of laps for the end of this race. Let's go take a look. Looks like we were 3 wide going into turn number 3. Oh, 4 wide for a second there, and that's not going to work very often. The 3 hits the 16. 77 ends up the recipient of all that contact. Goes for the spin cycle there down on the inside of the front straightaway, and going to have heavy contact with the inside wall. Gets it going again. But that is going to be his competitive night done and over with. Let's see who decides to come into pit road here. Pits may not be open yet. I would not be surprised to see drivers try 2 tires here tonight to close this out, as currently we're on lap 43 out of 50. We've seen old tires definitely not work, but 2 tires maybe have some potential after only running about 5-6 laps on that last run. Santiago Tires still sitting in 3rd after restarting in the lead there, able to do a good job with all that damage around the car. We're gonna run through the field here actually. We'll go through the top 20 and see where everybody's running, where they started. We'll do that after they come out of the pits actually. So it looks like almost everybody's coming in. Tirez stays out. Might be a smart move if a caution comes out. Well, he's in the lead. David McCullough also staying out. A handful of others. This could cost the leaders if something happens quickly on the restart. So right now, Santiago Tirez is going to be your leader once again. One of the fastest drivers on track all night. I believe he started towards the back. Even with all the heavy damage on that car, he has done a great job of managing it and finding himself now in potentially winning position. Let's take a look at the drivers coming off pit road. Looks like Quinn Cox able to beat Tyler Pluff out, as well as Chad Ross, Jared Duda. And those three drivers, yeah, Duda, Ross, and Cox all took 2 tires. Looks like David Santini, Jeff Smith also took 2. Tim No took 2 tires. Joe McAdory also took, actually no, his time just changed. He did not take 2. He was on pit road for 48 seconds, so. Santiago Tirez is your leader, and we're gonna run through the top 20 in the standings. See where everybody started, where they're running, and what kind of a race they've had. Looks like Tirez started back in 31st and is currently your leader, so a great run so far. He's led 8 laps. He's got heavy rear end damage, but in a good position right now. David McCullough started 19th, currently running 2nd, and trying to pull the same strategy. Oh, Jason McConnell started 12th, currently running 3rd. Philip Ellis led a handful of laps earlier, 7 to be exact. Started 5th, currently running in 4th, pulling the same strategy. And Rory Gamble, the last of the drivers to stay out, started 24th, currently running 5th, and he's taken a gamble here. He's done this a couple times this season. We'll see what happens to him here in his last little stint, if he can survive to the end. Jared Duda started 3rd, currently running in 6th. Chad Ross started 13th, currently running 7th. Quinn Cox started 15th, currently running 8th. Tyler Pluff started on the pole, was led 17 laps, currently running in 9th. And lead first driver on 4 tires, so we'll see if he can make his way forward. Not going to have too many laps to do it. The 37 has led 7 laps here tonight, started 4th, currently in 10th. Alec Conklin started 35th up to 11th, so a great charge towards the front, and he's been involved in a couple things, but able to keep that car under power and managing track position fairly well. Matthew Lee started 20th up to 12th, so a solid race overall for the number 04 driver. Just got fans in chat here. Matthew Correa, currently 13th, started 38th, another great move towards the front. David Santini started 7th, back to 14th. Has not had the best of runs here tonight and has a bit of damage on that left side. Jeff Smith started 9th, currently 15th. Ken McCullough Jr. started 6th, currently 16th. Chris McCullough started 34th up to 17th. GT Hawkins started 11th up to 18th, or back to 18th. And Cole Johnson started 32nd up to 19th. Ron Hollifield started 16th and rounds out the top 20 here tonight with only a handful of laps to go. Santiago Tirez coming across the line now, and it's going to be 4 to go when we get the green flag. So if you're watching, make your voice heard. Type in chat who you'd like to see or you think is going to win this race, or who you'd like to see win this race. Santiago Tierra is in a pretty good position right now, and my money is on possibly one of the drivers on 2 tires like Jared Duda or Chad Ross. Chad Ross actually probably in the better position, being on the inside line. Also very clean car in that number 38. So we will see what he can do here with only 4 laps or so remaining. So let us know who you're rooting for there in chat. We'll make sure to give him a shout out. Looks like we've got Matt Lee, who is currently sitting 12th. We'll see if he can earn himself a top 10 here before the end of this thing. And when the field takes the green, it'll be lap 47, and it'll be 4 to go at that point. Santiago Tierra is going to be the one to get him going. So they're making their way into turn number 3. This is basically for all the marbles here tonight. And if anything happens quickly, looks like the field's starting to check up just a bit as Tierra is kind of pulling a little bit of a restart game here. Gets them going. Good restart. Actually gets them going really fast. The 23 of David McCullough not able to keep up with him, and we're 3 wide already. That's the 77 of Rory Gamble, the 53 of Jared Duda, who's on 2 tires, and this could get nuts going down into turn number 1. Duda able to slide his way through. 77 really stacking up hard, and he's around. I can't see what's going on. Caution is out, and that's probably going to do it here tonight. I saw the 77 get turned, and then everybody disappeared for me. Rory Gamble took a gamble. It did not pay off. Let's go take a look. You can see how much slower he is in the center. The 3 just nails him in the back bumper. And at that point, the field disappears. Clint Cox was the one to get into him. So let's see if we can get a better view. 40 goes around, handful of others, and that's what brings out the caution here. That's going to end it. I believe Santiago Tierra is your leader during that whole cycle. Jared Duda able to make his way into 2nd. Sorry, XCFP, that you're not happy with the camera work here tonight. There's some issues under cautions when cars start going around and things start happening. The cars actually disappear. There's no way for me to get the camera on any of those drivers. So we tried to catch most of it there. We saw what happened with the 77 going around. The 40 got into the wall. And unfortunately, that's about all we can catch of those. Santiago Tierra is going to be your winner here tonight as we're coming to lap 49. And it looks like Matt Lee did indeed make his way up into the top 10 as a couple drivers went around in front of him. And holds on for a solid finish here in 9th place in the number 04. Pretty impressed with Jared Duda to make his way towards the front during that whole sequence of events, and he's going to earn himself a nice podium finish here. As well as Jason McConnell. We didn't hear much from him. Started in 12th, kind of ran quietly throughout the race, and I am familiar with Jason from over in the Somo Racing League, and a very solid driver over there. So not a surprise that he ends up with a solid finish here. There's a 75 getting his lap back. Yes, thank you all who came out and watched here tonight. This has been the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series. We're going to be taking the white flag here to end this race in just a minute. But Santiago Tires is going to win the race here under caution and pulls a strategy of staying out with a handful of other drivers at the very end, and the caution came out soon enough that the drivers on fresh tires were not able to get to him, although Jared Duda in the 53 almost got to him. Not enough time before the caution flag was thrown. But tonight's race brought to you by iRacing Flea Market. It's a great source for used and new sim racing equipment. Go check them out on Facebook, where you can buy or sell any of your newer used iRacing gear. Also, after the race, in about 15 minutes, we're going to have the random drawing for a driver on the lead lap to win, I believe it's $50 tonight. And the driver with the most practice laps before tonight's race is going to win $15. So that's a pretty awesome thing for working hard and getting your practice laps in. Also, looks like Santiago Tires is going to win another trophy here this season. That's going to be his second, I believe, on the year. That trophy brought to you by VSPEED. Go check us out over at VSPEEDsim.com, where you can order your own iRacing League trophies, iFlags, sim racing wheels, peripherals, and merchandise, so much more. We also offer broadcasting services, custom design work, paint schemes, and so many other services. So go check us out over there at VSPEEDsim.com. Right now we are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Santiago Tires drafting with the pace car right now, waiting to get back to the checkered flag, where he will take the victory. Looks like there's going to be a big event in July for Ford Entertainment Group. It's going to be a special event where you can win a motion rig. So that's a pretty cool deal. We'll see some more details about that, I'm sure, in the coming weeks. But right now, Santiago Tires is going to be your winner. Coming across the line, Santiago Tires. And the number 18 Ford Mustang gonna be your winner here tonight. And so congratulations to Santiago there. Jared Duda rounding out or finishing second, and Jason McConnell gonna round out your top three here tonight. We're gonna cut quickly to a commercial break and come back and present the finishing results for tonight's race. And we are back. Going to go over our top 3 finishers here tonight, as well as the rest of the running order. First place, your winner here tonight, Santiago Tirez, started way back in 31st. Led 15 laps and pulled a strategy just at the very end in this very bright number 18 Ford Mustang. Comes away with the victory here, his second of the year. So congratulations to Santiago for the strategy play, the fast speed throughout the race, and an incredible effort to come from 31st. Just a great run overall for him, especially to navigate all those cautions and try and pull a different strategy to gain the track position. So congratulations to the 18, Santiago Tirez, for the victory. Second place, Jared Duda, finishing in second in the 53. Started in third and pulled a little bit of strategy at the end, taking 2 tires to try and capture the victory. Just came up a little bit short, but a great run nonetheless. After starting up in the front, he ends up in the front, so going to get quite a few points for that finish. And congratulations to him on that second place run. Jason McConnell started in 12th, didn't lead any laps, and just kind of a quiet race overall, but finds his way up towards the top 3 at the very end where he needed to be. So congratulations to Jason for a top 3 finish, and I'm sure we'll see more out of him. I think this may have been his first start on the season. And let's quickly run over the finishing results before we get out of here tonight. It looks like our starting position is working, one of the few measurables that's working here tonight for this overlay. So let's go through it real quickly. Santiago Tirez is going to be your winner here tonight. Started in 31st. Jared Duda finishing second, started in third. Jason McConnell started in 12th and finishing in third. David McCullough finishing 4th. 5th place is Chad Ross. 6th place, Clint Cox. 7th place is Tyler Pluff, who came in as your second place in points, but I believe is going to come out of here with your points lead. So good run for Tyler to solidly finish in the top 10 and earn as many points as possible. So good run for him. 8th place is the number 37, The Beard. Going to figure out who that is one of these days. 9th place, Matthew Lee. And 10th place, rounding out the top 10, is David Santini. Another good run from him. 11th place is Alec Conklin. 12th place is going to be Matthew Correa. 13th is Jeff Smith. 14th, Ken McCullough Jr. 15th, Christopher McCullough. 16th is Cole Johnson, one of our top 10 in points, so a solid finish for him. 17th, GT Hawkins. 18th is Ron Hollifield. And 19th, Eli Warren. 20th, Orlando Rivera. 21st, Timothy Bates. 22nd, Jeremy Crandall. 23rd, Jeffrey Mares. And 24th, Tim No. Chris Pinard, who we saw up towards the front a couple times, going to round out top 25. Brett Beasley, 26th. Philip Ellis, who we saw lead laps early on as well, going to finish 27th. 28th is Ronnie Royal. 29th, Joe McAdory. 30th, Brandon Yoder. And showing 2 30th places. Not exactly sure what's going on with that. Let's skip forward here. Rory Gamble finishes 31st. Okay, David Fiker 32nd. 33rd, James Simmons. Jeremy Poole 34th. Brady Road 35th. Travis Rucker, one of your front runners in points coming into tonight's race, finishes 36th. Robert Vormwald 37th. Josh Bonwell finishes 38th, and that's really going to be a hard hit in points. He's going to lose, I believe, almost 30 points to Tyler Pluff, so it's going to be a hard hit. Probably going to drop him to 2nd or 3rd in points at least. So tough run, but I'm sure he'll be back again next week to compete for another victory. Danny Rogers, looks like he finished just a little bit mixed up. Tyler Maxson finishes 39th, and Danny Rogers finishes 40th here tonight. And I believe a couple drivers did not take the field, so those are going to be your top 40 here. And a great race overall. A few cautions, but we had some good, clean green flag racing as well. Some big hits and some big hitters getting taken out in this one, and it's going to really shake up the point standings as we move forward to race number 8. And so this has been a broadcast brought to you by VSPEED, and we are live right now on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and we'll be bringing you the rest of the action for the iRacing Flea Market Ford Entertainment Group Racing League for the rest of the season. So Stick around for the rest of the summer and later in the year, and we'll see who comes out on top. And go follow iRacing Flea Market on Facebook. There's going to be a giveaway there in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes for a random driver on the lead lap for 50 iRacing credits. So go check that out and also get involved over there at the flea market. It's a great place to buy and sell used or new sim racing gear. So go check that out. And also Ford Entertainment Group for putting on this series. It's a great benefit to a lot of drivers here in the iRacing community, and just a great place to race. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you saw here tonight, please give us a thumbs up or like the video. Consider subscribing to keep an eye out for future content. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great night.